Listening is one of the most important skills when learning English. It is the foundation for understanding spoken language and building communication skills. By listening, you can hear the correct pronunciation, sentence structure, and vocabulary in context. This exposure helps your brain process how the language works naturally. Listening regularly trains your ears to recognize the sounds and patterns of English. Without listening, it's difficult to improve your speaking, reading, or writing skills effectively. Listening allows you to absorb English in a way that is different from reading. When you read, you may focus more on grammar rules and spelling. However, when you listen, you experience the flow and rhythm of the language. This natural immersion helps you learn how native speakers communicate. Listening also exposes you to different accents, which is essential for understanding English globally. The more you listen, the better you'll get at understanding diverse speakers. Additionally, listening improves your ability to think in English. As you hear more English conversations, your brain begins to associate meanings with sounds. This connection reduces your need to translate from your native language. Over time, you'll respond more quickly and naturally to what you hear. This is a critical step in achieving fluency in English. Listening also strengthens your vocabulary. While listening to English audio, you come across new words and phrases. These words often appear in real-life contexts, making them easier to remember. Repeated exposure through listening reinforces these words, helping you retain them longer. This process is more effective than memorizing vocabulary lists alone. Lastly, listening builds confidence in using English. When you listen regularly, you become familiar with how English is spoken in everyday situations. This familiarity makes it easier to participate in conversations. You'll feel more comfortable speaking because you've heard similar expressions and tones before. Confidence is key to improving any language skill, especially speaking. Part 2. Practical benefits of listening in English. Listening to English helps improve your pronunciation. By hearing native speakers, you can understand how words are pronounced and where to place emphasis. This practice helps you avoid common mistakes made by non-native speakers. For example, you'll learn the difference between similar sounds, such as ship and sheep. Listening carefully allows you to mimic these sounds accurately. Moreover, listening enhances your comprehension skills. Real-life English conversations often include idioms, slang, and informal phrases. By listening to native speakers, you become familiar with these elements. This exposure prepares you to understand and use them in your own speech. It also helps you decode fast speech, which is common in movies, songs, and daily conversations. Listening is also a great way to learn cultural context. Language and culture are deeply connected, and listening exposes you to cultural nuances. For example, you'll understand how tone and gestures affect meaning. This knowledge helps you communicate more effectively and avoid misunderstandings. Being culturally aware makes your English more natural and relatable. Another benefit of listening is improving your ability to multitask in English. In real-life situations, you often need to listen while doing other tasks, such as taking notes or responding to questions. Regular listening practice trains your brain to process English even when you're distracted. This skill is useful in both academic and professional settings. Finally, listening in English can be enjoyable. Watching movies, listening to podcasts, or enjoying music in English makes learning fun. When you enjoy the process, you're more likely to stick with it. This positive experience motivates you to practice regularly, which leads to faster improvement. Part 3. Techniques to improve listening skills. One effective way to improve listening skills is by watching English videos with subtitles. Start with subtitles in your native language, then switch to English subtitles as you progress. This method helps you connect spoken words with their meanings. It also allows you to see how sentences are structured in English. Listening to audiobooks is another great strategy. Audiobooks provide a consistent and clear narration, which is perfect for beginners. As you listen, follow along with the text to improve your reading and listening skills simultaneously. Over time, you'll be able to understand the audio without relying on the text. Podcasts are an excellent resource for intermediate and advanced learners. Choose podcasts on topics you enjoy to keep yourself engaged. Listening to podcasts regularly exposes you to natural conversations and a variety of accents. Many podcasts also offer transcripts, which you can use to check your understanding. Shadowing is a powerful listening and speaking exercise. This technique involves repeating what you hear immediately after hearing it. For example, play a short audio clip, pause it, and try to mimic the speaker. This practice helps you improve your listening, pronunciation, and fluency at the same time. Lastly, set achievable listening goals. For instance, aim to listen to 10 minutes of English audio every day. Gradually increase the duration as your skills improve. Consistency is key when developing any language skill, and listening is no exception. Part 4. Common challenges and how to overcome them. One challenge learners face is understanding fast speech. Native speakers often link words together, making them hard to recognize. To overcome this, focus on listening to slower content first, such as audiobooks or beginner podcasts. Gradually increase the speed as you get more comfortable. Another difficulty is distinguishing between similar sounds. For example, live and leave may sound the same to new learners. To improve, practice minimal pairs, words that differ by only one sound. Listening to these pairs repeatedly helps train your ears to hear the difference. Understanding different accents can also be challenging. Start by focusing on one accent, such as American or British English. Once you're comfortable, listen to other accents to expand your comprehension. Exposure to a variety of speakers prepares you for real-world interactions. Some learners struggle with unfamiliar vocabulary. When you encounter new words, don't panic. Instead, focus on the overall meaning of the sentence. Use context clues to guess the meaning of the word. Over time, repeated exposure will help you understand and remember new vocabulary. Lastly, maintaining focus while listening can be hard, especially for long periods. Break your listening practice into shorter sessions to avoid burnout. Active listening, where you take notes or repeat key phrases, also helps keep you engaged. Part 5. Long-term benefits of listening. Listening in English has long-term benefits for your overall language proficiency. As you improve, you'll notice that your speaking becomes more fluent and natural. This is because you're using phrases and intonation patterns you've heard many times. Improved listening also boosts your confidence in social situations. Whether it's a job interview or a casual chat, you'll feel more at ease knowing you can understand and respond effectively. This confidence opens doors to new opportunities in both personal and professional life. Listening regularly keeps your language skills sharp. Even after reaching fluency, continuing to listen to English prevents you from forgetting what you've learned. It also helps you stay updated with new slang and cultural trends. Additionally, listening enhances your problem-solving skills. Understanding spoken English often requires interpreting meaning from context. This skill improves your ability to think critically and adapt to different situations. Finally, listening connects you to a global community. English is an international language, and being able to listen and understand it allows you to interact with people from all over the world. This connection enriches your life and broadens your horizons. Part 6. Listening for academic success. Listening is crucial for academic success, especially in English-speaking environments. In lectures, professors often explain complex concepts that are not written in textbooks. By improving your listening skills, you can grasp these key ideas more effectively. Additionally, understanding lectures and discussions helps you participate actively in group projects and debates. Strong listening skills also enable you to take accurate notes, summarizing the main points efficiently. This ability is invaluable for studying and preparing for exams in an English academic setting. Listening also helps in understanding different learning materials, such as online courses and educational videos. Many resources are available only in English, and mastering listening allows you to access this wealth of knowledge. For instance, you can follow instructions in video tutorials, which are often faster than reading a manual. These skills make you a more versatile and independent learner. Listening is not just about absorbing information. It's about applying what you've learned to achieve your goals. Another academic benefit of listening is the ability to adapt to different teaching styles. Every instructor has a unique way of explaining topics, and good listeners can adjust quickly. Some professors may speak quickly or use idiomatic language, while others may explain concepts slowly and clearly. Listening practice prepares you to understand diverse approaches, making you more adaptable. This adaptability is a key trait of successful students in any academic environment. Listening also helps in group discussions and collaborative projects. Effective communication requires understanding your peers' ideas before contributing your own. By listening carefully, you can build on others' points, offer valuable insights, and strengthen teamwork. This skill is especially important for presentations and debates, where active participation often determines your success. Being a good listener enhances your ability to connect with others academically and socially. Lastly, listening improves your critical thinking skills in academic contexts. When you listen actively, you evaluate information, identify biases, and ask meaningful questions. These skills are essential for analyzing arguments, writing essays, and presenting your ideas clearly. Listening is not a passive activity. It's an active process that sharpens your intellect and supports your academic journey. Part 7. Listening for professional growth. In the workplace, listening is one of the most valuable communication skills. It helps you understand instructions clearly, reducing mistakes and saving time. Whether you're attending meetings, following presentations, or receiving feedback, listening ensures you stay aligned with your team's goals. Employers value employees who listen well because they can adapt quickly and perform efficiently. Strong listening skills can also help you stand out as a dependable and resourceful team member. Listening is essential for building strong relationships with colleagues and clients. By understanding their needs and concerns, you can respond appropriately and build trust. In negotiations, for instance, listening allows you to identify the other party's priorities and find mutually beneficial solutions. Good listeners are often seen as empathetic and approachable, which fosters positive professional relationships. These qualities contribute to a healthy and productive work environment. Another professional advantage of listening is improving your problem-solving skills. When you listen to diverse perspectives, you gain insights that you might not have considered. This collaborative approach often leads to innovative solutions. Listening also helps you understand challenges more clearly, enabling you to address them effectively. Whether you're brainstorming ideas or resolving conflicts, listening plays a central role in finding the best outcomes. Listening is also crucial for career advancement. Many leadership roles require excellent listening skills to manage teams and communicate vision effectively. By listening to your team members, you demonstrate respect and encourage open communication. This approach fosters loyalty and motivates employees to perform their best. Leaders who listen well are often more successful in achieving organizational goals and driving long-term growth. Lastly, listening helps you adapt to changes in the workplace. In today's fast-paced environment, businesses are constantly evolving. By listening carefully during training sessions, briefings, and updates, you can stay informed about new developments. This adaptability makes you a valuable asset to any organization, ensuring your professional growth and success. Part 8. Listening for social interaction. Listening is the foundation of meaningful social interactions. It allows you to understand and connect with people on a deeper level. When you listen attentively, you show empathy and respect, which strengthens relationships. Active listening involves focusing on the speaker, avoiding interruptions, and responding thoughtfully. This approach helps you build trust and mutual understanding in both personal and professional relationships. Listening also helps you navigate cultural differences in social settings. For example, some cultures value direct communication, while others rely on subtle hints. By listening carefully, you can pick up on these cultural cues and respond appropriately. This awareness is especially important in multicultural environments, where understanding different perspectives fosters harmony and cooperation. Listening bridges cultural gaps and promotes inclusivity. Another social benefit of listening is its role in conflict resolution. Disagreements often arise from misunderstandings, which can be avoided through effective listening. When you take the time to understand someone's concerns, you're more likely to find common ground. Listening helps de-escalate tensions and encourages open communication. This skill is invaluable for maintaining healthy relationships and resolving conflicts peacefully. Listening also enhances your ability to give and receive feedback. Whether it's advice from a friend or constructive criticism from a colleague, listening allows you to process and apply feedback effectively. At the same time, when you listen to others' experiences, you can offer more relevant and supportive advice. This exchange of ideas strengthens bonds and promotes personal growth. Lastly, listening enriches your social life by making conversations more enjoyable. When you actively engage in discussions, you create a positive and welcoming atmosphere. People appreciate being heard, and this mutual respect leads to more fulfilling interactions. Listening transforms casual conversations into meaningful connections, enriching your social experiences. Part 9. Listening for lifelong learning. Listening is a skill that supports lifelong learning. Even after mastering basic English, listening continues to expand your knowledge and abilities. It allows you to stay updated with new trends, ideas, and technologies. For instance, listening to industry-specific podcasts or attending webinars helps you grow professionally. This constant learning keeps your skills relevant and adaptable in a changing world. Listening also fosters curiosity and exploration. By hearing different perspectives, you gain insights into topics you may not have considered before. For example, listening to TED Talks or documentaries exposes you to new ideas and innovations. This exposure broadens your horizons and inspires creativity. Listening is not just about understanding. It's about discovering new possibilities. Another benefit of listening is developing emotional intelligence. When you listen to others' stories and experiences, you cultivate empathy and compassion. These qualities enhance your personal relationships and make you a more understanding individual. Emotional intelligence is a lifelong skill that improves both your personal and professional life. Listening also helps you stay mentally active. Processing spoken language engages your brain, improving memory and cognitive function. This mental stimulation is beneficial at any age, helping you stay sharp and focused. Listening is not just a passive activity. It's an exercise that keeps your mind agile and alert. Lastly, listening brings joy and fulfillment. Whether it's enjoying music, laughing at a podcast, or learning from a lecture, listening adds value to your life. It connects you to the world and helps you appreciate its diversity. Lifelong listening is a journey of growth, understanding, and enrichment. Part 10: The Journey to Mastering Listening. Mastering listening in English is a gradual but rewarding process. It requires patience, consistency, and an open mind. Start with simple and clear audio content, such as beginner podcasts or children's stories. As your skills improve, challenge yourself with more complex materials like news broadcasts or academic lectures. Every step forward builds your confidence and competence. Celebrate your progress along the way. Small achievements, such as understanding a song lyric or following a conversation, show that your efforts are paying off. These milestones motivate you to keep going and set higher goals. Remember, listening is a skill that develops over time, and every practice session brings you closer to mastery. Make listening a daily habit. Dedicate a specific time each day to listen to English, whether it's during your commute, workout, or relaxation. Consistency is the key to improvement. Over time, you'll notice that understanding English becomes more natural and automatic. Daily practice ensures steady growth in your listening skills. Use listening as a tool for personal growth. Reflect on what you've learned and how it applies to your life. For example, listening to motivational speakers can inspire you to set new goals, while learning from educational content expands your knowledge. Listening enriches your mind and shapes your perspective on the world. Finally, enjoy the process. Listening is not just a means to an end. It's an experience to be savored. Embrace the journey of learning through listening and appreciate the connections it brings. By mastering listening, you open the door to a world of opportunities and endless possibilities in English. Part 11: Listening to enhance vocabulary. Listening is one of the best ways to expand your vocabulary naturally. When you hear new words in context, it becomes easier to understand their meaning and usage. For instance, you might hear a word in a podcast and later see it in an article, reinforcing your memory. This contextual learning makes vocabulary acquisition faster and more effective. Listening regularly exposes you to phrases, idioms, and expressions that are often omitted in textbooks. Over time, your vocabulary grows effortlessly as you engage with authentic content. Listening also helps you recognize word variations and their proper forms. For example, you might hear a word used as a verb in one sentence and as a noun in another. This exposure helps you understand how words can change depending on the context. Recognizing these patterns improves your grammar and confidence in using new vocabulary. Listening doesn't just teach individual words. It shows how they fit into sentences and conversations. Another benefit is learning collocations, words that often appear together. For example, you'll notice phrases like make a decision or take a chance through repeated listening. These collocations are essential for speaking naturally, as they reflect how native speakers combine words. Listening ensures you learn these combinations in a way that feels intuitive and familiar. Listening also improves your pronunciation of new vocabulary. Hearing words spoken correctly helps you mimic their sounds accurately. You'll notice how native speakers stress certain syllables, connect words, or use intonation. This understanding makes it easier to pronounce new vocabulary correctly when you use it. Listening sharpens your speaking skills while expanding your word knowledge. Lastly, listening exposes you to specialized vocabulary in different fields. Whether it's business, science, or entertainment, listening allows you to learn the terminology of various subjects. This knowledge prepares you for specific situations, such as job interviews or academic discussions. Listening transforms vocabulary learning into a practical and engaging experience. Part 12. Listening for pronunciation improvement. Pronunciation is one of the most challenging aspects of learning English, and listening plays a critical role in mastering it. By hearing native speakers, you learn how to pronounce words correctly and naturally. Listening exposes you to the subtle sounds that may not exist in your native language. For instance, the difference between ship and sheep becomes clearer when you hear them used in sentences. This auditory learning helps you avoid common pronunciation mistakes. Listening also improves your understanding of stress and intonation in English. Native speakers emphasize certain syllables or words to convey meaning. For example, in the phrase, "I didn't say he stole it," stress on different words changes the meaning entirely. By listening closely, you can mimic these patterns and make your speech sound more natural. Intonation adds emotion and nuance, which are essential for effective communication. Another benefit of listening is mastering connected speech. In natural conversations, words often blend together, making it hard for beginners to catch individual words. For example, "What are you doing?" might sound like "Whatcha doing?" Listening frequently helps you adapt to these changes and improves your comprehension. As you practice speaking, you'll naturally adopt these patterns, enhancing your fluency. Listening also helps you identify regional accents and variations in pronunciation. English is spoken differently in countries like the United States, the United Kingdom, and Australia. By listening to diverse speakers, you become familiar with these differences and adjust your own pronunciation accordingly. This skill is particularly useful if you plan to interact with people from various English-speaking backgrounds. Lastly, listening motivates you to refine your pronunciation through imitation. Shadowing exercises, where you repeat what you hear immediately, are highly effective for improving your accent. By listening carefully and practicing consistently, you can develop a pronunciation that is clear and confident. Listening is the foundation of becoming a fluent and articulate English speaker. Part 13. Listening as a confidence booster. Listening improves your confidence by making English feel more accessible and less intimidating. As you listen to different accents and speeds, you gradually adapt and become more comfortable with the language. For example, understanding a podcast or a movie dialogue gives you a sense of accomplishment. These small victories build your confidence and encourage you to engage more with English. Listening shows you that you're capable of learning and progressing. Listening also reduces fear of speaking English. When you understand spoken language, you feel more prepared to respond. For example, if someone asks, "How was your weekend?" and you've heard similar phrases before, you can answer confidently. Listening provides the foundation for successful interactions, helping you overcome anxiety and hesitation. With regular practice, you'll approach conversations with a positive attitude. Another confidence-boosting aspect of listening is its role in active participation. In group discussions, understanding others' points of view allows you to contribute meaningfully. By listening well, you gain the knowledge and context needed to express your thoughts clearly. This ability enhances your communication skills and boosts your confidence in social and professional settings. Listening also helps you identify and correct your mistakes. When you hear native speakers use language differently from your own speech, you can analyze and adjust. For example, if you notice a word is pronounced differently, you can practice until you get it right. This self-awareness leads to continuous improvement, making you more confident in your abilities. Lastly, listening provides inspiration and motivation to keep learning. Hearing success stories or motivational speeches in English reminds you that achieving fluency is possible. This encouragement keeps you focused and determined, even when the learning process feels challenging. Listening builds your confidence by showing you that progress is within reach. Part 14. Listening in Everyday Life. Listening is a skill that enhances your daily experiences in countless ways. From understanding directions to enjoying entertainment, listening helps you navigate the world effectively. For example, when traveling, listening allows you to follow announcements at airports or ask for help in English. These practical applications make learning English through listening both useful and rewarding. Listening also enriches your leisure activities. Watching movies, listening to music, or following podcasts in English becomes more enjoyable as your skills improve. For instance, understanding the lyrics of your favorite songs adds a new layer of appreciation. These activities combine learning with entertainment, making listening a fun and engaging experience. Another daily benefit of listening is staying informed. News programs, weather reports, and online videos keep you updated on current events. By listening regularly, you not only improve your language skills, but also gain valuable knowledge. This habit ensures that you remain connected to the world while practicing English. Listening also supports your personal development. Motivational talks, self-help podcasts, and educational videos offer insights that can transform your life. For example, listening to a speaker discuss time management can inspire you to adopt new habits. These resources help you grow both linguistically and personally, making listening a tool for holistic development. Finally, listening fosters stronger connections in your daily interactions. Whether it's chatting with a friend or participating in a meeting, listening ensures meaningful communication. By understanding others better, you can respond thoughtfully and build deeper relationships. Listening makes your everyday life richer, more fulfilling, and more connected. Part 15. The path to mastery through listening. Listening is a lifelong journey that evolves as you grow in your English skills. In the beginning, it may feel challenging, but every step forward brings you closer to fluency. Start with materials suited to your level and gradually move to more advanced content. This progression ensures steady improvement while keeping the learning process manageable. Listening also requires a mindset of curiosity and openness. Treat every listening experience as an opportunity to learn something new. For example, a simple conversation can teach you slang or cultural nuances. Embracing these moments with enthusiasm makes the journey more enjoyable and rewarding. Another important aspect of mastery is consistency. Make listening a part of your daily routine, even if it's just for a few minutes. Over time, these small efforts add up, leading to significant progress. Consistency builds momentum and reinforces your listening habits, ensuring continuous growth. Listening also involves reflection and application. After engaging with audio content, think about what you've learned and how you can use it. For instance, if you hear a new expression, try incorporating it into your own speech. This active approach deepens your understanding and solidifies your skills. Finally, celebrate your progress and stay motivated. Every improvement, no matter how small, is a step toward mastery. Listening is not just a skill, but a gateway to new opportunities and experiences. With dedication and practice, you can unlock the full potential of listening and achieve your English learning goals.